Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I'm Sue Kramer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Minnesota, and today we are talking about the Alphabest bundle. If you have your annual catalog, you can find it on page 115 and also on 151. Let me find myself on my tablet. All right, there we go. Okay, hello friends. Hi Christine, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. So I have to show you. This is where you can find me online. I hope you do find me other places besides my Facebook page where I am live, and then I always put these on YouTube. Knock on wood, I have not had any technical issues in the last few years, so hopefully it'll be on YouTube before tomorrow. Look what I did with my catalog. I had Office Max, Office Depot, I forget what they're called right now. They merged. It was about $5 for them to cut the binding and add this clear spiral, so it lays flat, very nice. And then I had them add a clear page. Oh, they're both on the back. A clear page on the front and back. I thought it would keep my catalog nicer. These were 29 cents a piece, so for less than $6, I have a very nice catalog that I can open to show you. So we are using this stamp set and this tiny little punch, and it is tiny. So let me know if you have trouble hearing me or seeing me. I think we're good. I think I looked through my phone before. So this punch is actually just under ½ an inch by just over 3/4 of an inch, and that's why I was just a minute or two late today. I cut pieces, and then you know how I like to stick them in on the back side. You don't get much of an edge on this one because it's very subtle, but it's something. So if you have, this is just under ½ an inch, and you can get a nice little edge there, if you can see that. It's just a little something, and this is just over 3/4 of an inch. So it's a little punch, which is good because this alphabet set is quite small. The letters are quite small, so about ½ an inch or so. And you can see that they created one alphabet stamp for all of Stampin' Up! Because we are in Europe, South Pacific, and North America. So we have French speakers, German, and Dutch, so I assume that's what all of these are. I know the umlaut is German. And I think these are French. I don't know. And then we have the pound sign, and I know that's, where's the pound sign? And I believe that's called a Schuss. I had 2 years of German in high school. So I took all those symbols that I will probably never use, and I put them on this side of my case. That way I know, I think it'll be easier for me to find the letters I want. These little pieces are so going to make this stamp set so fun, because this is the outline that I used on the green here. And then you can see you have different shadings. Obviously, you wouldn't use a real dark green if you're going to stamp a letter in there, but maybe you do want a dark green, and like the sample here, they use them all over for this sample especially. So this is what we're going to work with today. And this was my sample card, and this designer series paper, where's my catalog, is in the mini catalog. We're going to leave these here so you can see what we're working with. This is actually the back side. I think a lot of people call it the B side of the Sweet Talk designer series paper. And then I added Blushing Bride because in addition to those colors, Blushing Bride is one of these colors here. So it's this piece here that we're using. I love the stripes. So that got me to thinking, oh, sorry, that was on page, pages 8 and 9 of the mini catalog, the January through June mini catalog. Okay, so this is the paper that I cut that from. Lots of hearts on the back, but we're doing happy birthday. And I got to thinking, what if you don't have the striped paper? How could we create this? And somewhere recently, somebody has resurrected the rubber band technique. And so I don't have any rubber bands handy. I should have, because I knew I was going to talk about it. So the idea of the rubber band technique is you put rubber bands around your block, and then pretend this is open. You ink up the rubber bands, and then you put it on your cardstock to make a background. Well, I thought, well, I don't get rubber bands very often anymore. I used to get rubber bands around my blocks or bunches of broccoli and around my newspaper. Well, newspaper comes in a bag, and actually the broccoli I buy also comes in a bag. So we're going to do something different. I will make a card with this paper real quick. Stick with me and I'll show you the background after. How's that for being sneaky? Or if you're watching the replay, you can fast forward till you'll see that I'm done with this card. So I have a real red piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. So that's half and then half of this side. And I made a Z fold. So that's going to be our card. I have a piece of this designer series paper and a layer of Granny Apple Green that is 1/8 of an inch, so we have a 16th inch reveal there. That's how that's going to go. This is for the inside of our card because it's really hard to write on real red. And then a piece of this just to add some interest to the front. There's the rest of my things, and we're going to use the same Highland Heather for our, maybe we'll go this way. I don't know. I haven't decided. I was thinking this. Okay, so the colors in there. Oh, wait. I'm on the other side of my basket. Real red. I am going to try to stay away from real red because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and red inks stain the photopolymer quite badly. So I'm trying to avoid that. So we're not going to use real red. I have Granny Apple Green, Petal Pink, Blushing Bride, Highland Heather. What were the other colors in there? I already forgot. Pages 8. I do remember that. Pool Party, so saffron. Nah, I wouldn't use those. Anyway, I also have some real red, faux linen real red ribbon because I have real red cardstock. And this is in the mini catalog. I've kind of skipped over it. I think a lot of people use this at Valentine's Day, and that was so many months ago, it's gotten forgotten about. So faux linen real red ribbon, 3/8 of an inch. It's very soft. I think that'll be fun to work with. Let's get started. It is a photopolymer, so I'm going to put mats under, and we're going to do it this way. I have my grid paper. And I have just some scraps. You can see I've been playing around. I'll use this piece. And I thought this stamp set, well, obviously you can create any words, any phrases, letter by letter, obviously. But I thought the happy, or my happy, would go really well with the Biggest Wish stamp set. So maybe if we do happy and then birthday. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do that. So we're going to do birthday. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. We're going to stamp birthday on this. Let's see if this is dark enough. I grabbed Highland Heather, and I do have my, it's not my Stampin' Pierce mat. These are the ones that go with the Stamparatus, but that's under my grid paper. Sorry, I'm so excited to be stamping. I'm not looking at comments yet. I'm going to put this near the bottom and press really hard right where the stamp is. Should have used the Stamparatus, but we'll hold it. Ta-da! That was pretty good. I held it quite long. All right. Diana said she shared my video. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And people saying hello. Oh, Judy, I assume you're talking about the catalog. She said you can also laminate your front and back cover if you want. I thought for 29 cents a piece, my clear plastic was a good way to go. All right. Thank you all for joining me today. I've got viewers. So we're going to make this a happy birthday card. Now, I think we are just going to do happy again, just like I did here with birthday. But let's use a different All right, so when I'm using all these little stamps, I like to use put more than one stamp on a block. So there's an A, and it does go from A and then through the alphabet. So I need the P, O, P. Oh, I forgot the H. All right, so I'm putting them on the four corners. So H, A, P, P, and then I need the Y. And then I'm going to close this. I'm very nervous about losing letters. If I happen to lose one of my vowels, I will take one of these and cut off the symbol, because I will probably not use them. All right, let's get another one. How about, since we have stripes going across, let's use this one. The stripes going across. Obviously here I just used the outline. And find a smaller block. What color was that again? I am not remembering. Looks like Flirty Flamingo, but I don't think that color's in here. It says Petal Pink. We're going to use Petal Pink because that's what I have. Petal Pink. So we're going to use Petal Pink for our background. And when I stamp this, I'm going to come in from the side so that I know which direction I need my stamp to go. I don't know if I'm making sense today. Words aren't coming clearly. So I'm going to stamp this a few times. Probably more than 5 that I need for my happy, just in case I don't stamp cleanly. And I'm putting it on the edge because this is not a very deep punch. Okay, clean that up. I kind of do want to use, we're going to use Granny Apple Green for our happy. I didn't want that much purple in here. We're going to close our Petal Pink. All right. So I'm just going to ink up the H and center it there. It's a little crooked, so I'm going to try again. That's too low. I figure it's just cardstock. Let's keep trying until I get it just right. Sorry, I'm going to pull it in front of me. There we go. That's the best one yet. All right, I am going to clean this off so I don't get green ink all over me. All right, next comes the A. And I have to find it here, and then I'm just going to ink up my A. Oop, sideways. Good. And 2 P's. So I'm looking at the straight line. Where's my take your pick tool? So I'm looking at the straight line here, and then the straight line of my P to line it up. Obviously, I would take my time and be looking down on it. That's pretty good. Crooked. That's better. And then my Y is on this end. Ink, ink, ink. And again, I'm going to look at the top of the Y is the longest straight part I have and try to line it up with here. So the top of my Y lined up there is how I'm centering this. And that's pretty good. All right. I'm actually going to, we'll leave those out. We'll probably do something similar for our second card after we make the background. All right. So I'm only going to punch out the ones I liked. So stamping first and then punching, you can line it up directly. Okay. Which are the straightest ones here? I think my first one was the best. And then the Y. I'm going to use some dimensionals. Put that away. All right, I have a brand new liquid glue to put all our pieces together. We're going to start with the Designer Series paper. That's so pretty on that side. Oh, look at that coming out. Ooh. And it's 1/16 of an inch reveal. That's not very much. All right, when I put this on here, I want to make sure I only put adhesive on my flap. Otherwise, I will close it. Adhere it closed. I'm going to open this up. There we go. And there's our card. So just something a little different. Let's finish the inside. Just a layer of white. Oh, that must be 5 by 3 3/4. And then this piece seems kind of wide to me, so I'm going to cut it in half. Yeah, it's 1.5 inches. So we'll go 3/4 of an inch. And we'll put that at the top and the bottom. I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to stamp my envelope. When we make the second card, I'm going to put that just beyond. And it's liquid glue, so I can move this so it's just right, like that. Sorry, I think I made that off. I'll put that there. There we go. So there's our card so far. There's our birthday, and then I think we're just going to put these up here. We'll put them the right way. I think next we'll put this on with some dimensionals, and I just grabbed some little ones. Normally with this big piece I'd use large dimensionals, but since they're mini, I'll just put one in each corner and one in the middle. Again, sorry I'm not looking at comments. Let me peek real quick. You guys are being quiet. That's all right. Maybe you're waiting to see the technique with the you know what? I wish this were shorter. I watch another demonstrator, and on almost every video, she puts things together and takes things apart. It's pretty funny. I feel like her name is Julie. I feel like I'm doing a Julie. I'm going to have to tell her that. I've never met her. I cut a 1/2 inch off that side. I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off this side. Maybe. I was covering up too much of the stripes. There, now you can see. Here's another trick I learned from a customer. This is a adhesive remover, a dollar at the dollar store. This is how when she gets those ragged edges, I was using a sandpaper, to be honest with you. Stampin' Up! Used to sell a sandpaper block, but this is a much neater, and you get a nice edge. All right, thank you for that, Diane. All right, put that about there, and some ribbon. That way we'll know where the happy is supposed to go. And I am just going to put it here. I'm not going to try to tie a bow. Oh sorry, I was probably off. I put it over here, just tie a knot. Maybe. Good. Ribbon scissors. Cut them in at angles. That looks nice. And we'll put it under there. Put this on top. There, that works. Now, the happy. I don't know about these colors. I wish I had used red, but like I said, I'm not quite ready to stain my stamp the second time I use it. Right in front of me. I was looking for these. Ay, ay, ay. I'm just going to put one in the middle. Mini dimensionals. Sometimes I actually cut mini dimensionals in half. If I have oh, like a stem of a flower or something that's really narrow. So even these aren't always small enough, is my point. One more. Is anybody going to create with me? Does anybody have an ink pad and blocks handy? H-A, there's the Y, there's the H, P. Right there.
What? That was fake.
And I knew this was the H. Oh, cute. I have to say this is cute. You could make this any colors, obviously. Oh, look at that. I think I need some bling. What do you think? I do have my box of bling. I use an old paper pumpkin box. And we are just going to look for some rhinestones. And you might take your pick tool with the putty end. It is quick and easy to pick them up. Just like that. I think we need more. Hold on. One here. And one here. Happy birthday with the inside. And that's card number 2. Well, we didn't make number 1. That was my sample. All right. Let's get messy with our ink. Put everything away. I'm not sure we'll make a second card, but I do want to show how I was working with. I was actually using new ink colors. I was using Orchid Oasis and Sweet Sorbet. And where did my samples go? I cleaned up too well. I don't know where it went. I'll just show you what I was doing. This isn't a full card front, but that's okay. It worked best when I used a large block because it would cover the entire piece of my paper. But most people don't have a large block like this. This is the I block. And I do have a few stamp sets that is called for. Most people have a D block. The paper pumpkin does come with a D block with your first kit, so that's what I'm going to use. I do have lots of paper towel handy, and my chamois is here next to me as well. All right, we'll use Sweet Sorbet. I do have the mats under me, some kind of cushioning because, you know, this isn't going to have much cushion on it. I'm inking the edge of my block, just like that. Hopefully you can see with the sorbet. And you can just create lines. I'll do a few. So you saw I inked it up again. This paper is bigger than my block, so and there's just some lines. I kind of like stripes, but I also like plaid. So we're just going to turn the paper. Ink up your block. And I'm keeping it at an angle. Hopefully you can see that. I'm keeping it at an angle so I just get the straight line from the block. You know what? I do want to grab... I was making some samples this afternoon. So did anybody try that? I'm very curious. I cleaned up my space too well. Let me grab it over here. Nope, not there either. Alright, let me just grab some more paper. I don't know what where my samples went. Let me look one more place. Oh well. So when I created some earlier, so I did this, but there's still a lot of ink on my block, and I don't want to waste it because I've paid money for it, right? So I was kind of putting it a little flatter. And there you get an interesting, I'm going to go across so it looks like stripes. I'm going to ink it up some more. And then you can also pull it. So honestly, I'm just cleaning off my block. And you get some really interesting color. There's not much left there. I'm going to clean it off. on my chamois first, and then my paper towels. Let's switch colors. Orchid Oasis has been my favorite. Well, that's not true. I really like Parakeet Party too. So this, I do like all of our new in colors. They're nice and bright, and we've needed that. Again, I put a lot of ink on there, and I'm holding it at an angle, say about 45 degrees. And then I just tap it straight across, and it looks like lines. Let's turn it sideways and get some plaid going here. So this is my version of the rubber band technique without rubber bands. How's that? Isn't that cool? I thought it was kind of fun. Let's add some stripes this way. Now I'm laying it very flat, like, oh gosh, I don't even know. It's almost completely flat. To get those swipes, you do have to go flat. I know all the ink, except for there's still a bit. Let's see if I can get some more here. This one I think we'll leave stripes. And clean it off. Should we add in a third color? I think we should. Let's do Granny Apple Green. Oh, that'd be great for 4th of July or Memorial Day if you're in the U.S. Ooh, those, yeah, it looks blue, doesn't it? It's orchid though. All right. Thank you, Mom. She thought it was clever. I don't know. It occurred to me that I didn't know where rubber bands were, so I said, what if we just use the block without the rubber bands? And that is how I came up with it. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. So I'm going to hold it up at like my 45 degrees again to get my thin stripes. Ink, ink, ink. Let's add some green amongst the blue. Again, this is Granny Apple Green. Maybe a few more down here. Very nice. And then this one, we're going to lay it flat, and I'm just going to put the green kind of wherever it was still white. I'm just adding some green. It'd be fun to do this for holidays or somebody's favorite color. That's kind of dark, but you get the idea. And this one I'm going to leave stripes. So that is my technique, using blocks and your ink pad. Should we make a card? What time are we getting to be here? Oh, wait a minute. We'll make a quick card with our same stamps. I think we're going to say hello instead of happy. So what do you think? I thought it was kind of fun. So my block was at about 45 degrees when I made those lines, and this one, it was almost flat, and I would just rub it along basically to get the ink off my block and onto some paper that I could use for another project. I'm very happy with it. What should we call it? I don't know. I don't have a name for it. Like I said, we're going to make this hello, so I need the H and the E and an L and the O. We'll use Orchid Oasis and Granny Apple Green. Oh, I don't want to forget my envelopes. I need a few envelopes here. We're going to reverse it. We'll do Outline in Highland Heather. No, not Highland Heather. Orchid Oasis. I'm going to grab another block. And we're just going to put some stars. I think I'll use this stamp a lot also. They're just some little stars. Just put it on here instead for my envelopes. I wish I had re-inked. Oh, got the corner. So this is Orchid Oasis, and this is on the corner of my envelope. I guess I just grabbed two. All right, So we are going to use, let's use the stripes again. I'm going to stamp twice because I don't know if this is too dark to see. Granny apple green. There's my H. Yeah, you can't really see it. Orchid Oasis is kind of dark. Alright, change of plans. I'm going to switch to, well, this one's interesting. So it's got, the top and bottom are solid, but then the sides are dots. So I haven't used this one yet. Always fun to use something new. And I'm going to go straight down here. Re-inking every time. Again, I'm going to stamp some extras. And I made a mess of that block. Alright, let's try this again. Here's my H. Not quite. There we go. And an E is on the other end. There we go. This one's really crooked on the block. That's good. Ink. Sorry, I'm probably off camera. Just paying attention and trying to center my letters. Where's the O? Ink, ink, ink. And I hope this one works because that last one has a smudge pretty bad. Alright. Oh, you know what? I don't have any cardstock. I will just punch these out and show you what I'm going to do. And then you will have to look at this week's newsletter. If you are not signed up for my newsletter, you can go to northstarstamper.com and sign up for my newsletter. And the card I make with these punches will be in my newsletter this week. So please sign up. That's kind of sneaky of me. I think I'm going to do that from now on. My video card is going to be on my newsletter. And this one's going to say hello. And we'll add layers and some bling and all that. But that is the Alphabest bundle. I think I will use it a lot. It's kind of fun to play around with all the shapes and colors and shapes and whatever. There's a nice happy birthday card. Thank you for joining me. I will look to see if you have any questions. Let me put these pieces back out. I'd love to know what you thought of that technique. I'm very excited about it. And here's this nice little punch. I forget what it's called. It is called the Best Label Punch. And it's small. But it's easy to punch out and get lots of things. Thank you, thank you. I don't know. Anne wonders what I'm naming this technique. I'm open to suggestions. So it was an ink pad block. How about ink pad block stripes? No, I don't know. It's basically the rubber band technique without rubber bands. So, I don't know. I don't have a name for it. I'm open to suggestions. Thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. And I will be back with you next week. I'm not sure what I'm doing next week. So, I do take suggestions, and I would love to know what you want us to learn about. So, have a great week, everybody. Bye.